Namaste and a very good morning to one and all present here. Today is the 7th of July and the day is Tuesday. Please get ready for morning prayers. is bioplastics. We chose this theme because plastics play a major role in polluting the world.
What are bioplastics? Bioplastics are biodegradable materials that come from renewable sources and can be used to reduce the problem of plastic waste that is suffocating the planet and contaminating the environment. Plastic is the third most commonly used petroleum derivative in the world. Over 200 million tons of plastic is consumed on this planet. It comes from a non-renewable source, petroleum. It is contaminating and non-biodegradable. It can take more than 1,000 years to decompose. As an alternative, the use of bioplastic is being promoted, consisting in obtaining natural polymers from agriculture, cellulose, potatoes, or construct waste.
The advantages of using bioplastics are as follows. Bioplastics are plastics that are made from renewable resources like raw plant materials instead of petroleum oils. This makes them biodegradable and compostable. Manufacturing bioplastics involves low energy costs. The carbon footprint is 75% lower than that of PET and PS alternatives. They are non-toxic and won't leach chemicals into food.
Properties of bioplastics. Bioplastics, as we all know, are highly biodegradable. They have high density and they are easy to process. However, they are very vulnerable to degradation. Some might be brittle, whereas some might be soft and moldable. And bioplastics, being hydrophobic, that is water insoluble, they have low resistance to oil but high resistance to ultraviolet rays and are non-toxic, which is extremely advantageous for human beings.
Types of bioplastics. There are four major types of bioplastics: starch-based, cellulose-based, aliphatic polyesters, and bio-derived polyethylene. I'll be talking about starch-based bioplastics and cellulose-based bioplastics. So starch-based bioplastics make up about 50% of the total bioplastics market. Thermoplastic starch is one of the most widely used bioplastics currently. Pure starch possesses the quality of absorbing humidity. Therefore, flexibilizer and plasticizers such as sorbitol and glycerine are added to the starch. Starch-based bioplastics can also be processed thermoplastically. These kind of bioplastics can be manufactured using raw starch as well as modified starch. Cellulose-based bioplastics. Cellulose-based bioplastics are mainly cellulose esters and its derivatives, including celluloid. They are chemically modified plant cellulose materials such as cellulose acetate.
Another type is the aliphatic polyesters. They are considered to be the most widely used polymers for drug delivery applications due to their biodegradable and biocompatible nature. Last but not the least, the bio-derived polyethylene is physically and chemically identical to traditional polyethylene. However, it does not biodegrade, but it can be recycled. Both polyethylenes are produced by the process of addition polymerization. The only difference is that rather than using ethane derived from crude oil distillation, bio-derived polyethylene uses ethanol that is produced by the fermentation of a biomass material such as cane sugar or cornstarch.
The usage of bioplastics has its disadvantages as well. Firstly, a growing demand for bioplastics will lead to food shortages. This is because the farmland that is used to grow food crops will now be required to grow plants needed for the production of bioplastics. Secondly, it has been found that the degradation of a few of these bioplastics releases methane in the atmosphere, thus adding to the very problem it was expected to solve. And lastly, at the moment, biodegradable plastics are simply too expensive to produce. It costs 50% more to produce biodegradable plastics than it does to produce petroleum-based plastics. Due to this, it would be really difficult for manufacturers producing bioplastics to compete with the rest of the market.
Bioplastics are used for packaging, crockery, cutlery, pots, bowls, and straws.
Applications on bioplastic. Bioplastic offers a variety of benefits in variety of shapes like panels, sheets, etc., which are as feasible as the application requires. Lactic acid is a bioplastic that is already being used in production of everyday items like cups, trays, balls, vegetable wrapping foils, etc. Bioplastic can also be non-disposable and used in products like mobile phone casing, carpet fibers, insulation, car interior, plastic piping, etc.
Biodegradation of bioplastics. Biodegradation is a process by which microbial organisms transform the structure of chemicals introduced into the environment. Bioplastics will biodegrade when composted. To biodegrade the bioplastic completely, it takes 3 to 6 months, which is quite quicker than the other plastics, which takes several hundreds of years. Bioplastics follow a circular economy. It is the alternate to the traditional linear economy, which is make, use, dispose. Circular economy is to keep resources at their highest utility and also to keep them for longer time. Additionally, it helps in growth, reduce waste, and improve the environment impact. The number of options for bioplastics has increased. Bioplastics can be returned to nature when their life has ended. Bioplastic must degrade into carbon dioxide, water, biomass, or mineral salts when exposed to air, moisture, and microbes. Biodegradable plastic contains polymers that can be broken down and digested by polymer degrading microbes, ideally in aerobic conditions, where methane isn't a byproduct. Biodegradation depends on various factors like bioactivity of location, temperature, and moisture levels. Biodegradation takes place faster in hot and wet environments. A product made with biodegradable plastic should be designed to biodegrade or compost according to its function. However, it is possible to create formulas with different polymers to elongate or shorten the biodegradation rate.
Talking about cosmetic industry, products such as toothbrush, hairbrush, cotton buds, and razors are products where bioplastic is being used. So now talking about automotive industry, where some parts of the vehicles are made up of bioplastic to reduce the weight of the vehicle, and parts such as in making seats, door components, and many other places where bioplastic is being used in automotive industry.
Now I request Dhruv Badiyani to present his poem.
Hey, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Humanity. My hobbies include chucking my trash into the sea. If you don't know me, I'm famous for progressing like Prometheus, always using my knowledge to be better than the previous. You can see it in my house's architecture, you will glimpse it in the grains from my agriculture, and you will most certainly experience it in the rush of the automobile, a product of ingenuity and the 5,000-year-old wheel. One place where you've stopped seeing my smartness is the way I treat my house Earth, despite its largeness. You will catch me spitting in the gardens and smoking from the factories and using my screen till I'm all out of batteries. I use my wits to make plastics out of fossils, and I use them for my chair and my goggles, but little did I know, they've begun to clog up the ocean and set a cycle of terrible events in motion. I tried burying the pieces of plastic beneath the surface, but they just messed up the water cycle, so I turned to the furnace. In they went. Surely burning them would get the job done, but they just released harmful gases that led to pollution. Just when everything seemed hopeless, a new contender joined the contest. I'm a bioplastic, it said with glee, made of things that already exist naturally. Let's try it out, I thought. A perfect replacement, I thought. Made of all renewable materials like potatoes, or stuff like sugar, starch, oil, and cellulose. Either way, it was made of stuff that didn't take as many years as plastic took to break. If I can utilize a smart set of polymers in a way that doesn't quite affect the weight of my purse, surely that can't be a disadvantage, right? Surely I have begun to win this environmental fight? Not quite. You see, where the key factor lay was in the difference between compost and biodegrade. It won't decompose in your dustbin if that's what you expect. Unless you add some specific bacteria or enzyme, there will be no effect. Some bioplastics do take the hint and break down naturally, but the vast majority just lie in the landfills anxiously. If I, humanity, need to follow an exact recipe to make it or destroy it, there's no way that I'll enjoy it. I'm gonna be stuck thinking, how is it better than the regular version, because I use it to improve, not to worsen. Well, in general, there may be hope using this new creation. It's more carbon efficient and further research requires patience. Let's not dismiss it because of its potential minus points right away. Instead, let's enjoy the benefits it might provide to us one day. Thank you.
The students of our advisory tried to make bioplastics at home. Here is a short clip of the same.
As part of our study on bioplastics, Heli and I tried to make them at home. Step 1 is to mix all the ingredients together until you get a smooth consistency. For step 2, heat the mixture and stir it occasionally. Once it's ready, let it cool down for a bit. Finally, spread it over any smooth surface and even out any rough patches. Allow it to dry overnight. Here are some objects that you can make using bioplastics.
On 5th July, it was Guru Purnima's day, and on this day, it is dedicated to our gurus. I would like to say that for the world, you might just be teachers, but for the students, you are heroes. Happy Guru Purnima to all of you.
We came up with the idea of bioplastic by seeing all the destruction we as humans are creating on our planet. And one of the key things in this was plastic. Plastic has always been at top when it comes to global warming and destruction of marine life, coral reefs and many more. Plastic pollution causes harm to humans, animals and plants through toxic pollutants. It can take hundreds or even thousands of years for plastic to break down. Bioplastic is the future of all the toxic plastics, and so we all decided to choose this as a topic and spread awareness. We had come across reflections during the preparation of our assembly. We came across challenges and tried to solve them through various methods. Also, communication played a major role during our assembly preparations, as all of us had to stay at our home and prepare for this, and had to come up with ideas and apply them. While working for this assembly, we got to know that we as humans, members of the society, have a role to play, and that is to bring a change in society and have to try and bring a change no matter if it is small or big. We hope that you will try and stop the usage of non-recyclable plastic as much as possible. Hope you enjoyed our assembly. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.